Welcome to English Grammar 1, Unit 23. I will and I am going to. Here we are going to make a comparison between future simple using will plus the base form and am is are going to plus the base form. When we use will, we think of something at the time of speaking. We think of doing something in the future, but we take the decision at the time of speaking. So when we decide at the time of speaking, we use will for the future. Action. Here, Sue is talking to Helen. Sue is talking to Helen now at this time. So Sue says, let's have a party to Helen. Sue says to Helen, let's have a party. Helen says, that's a great idea. And when she says that's a great idea, means this is the first time she hear about the topic. And the first time she hear about the party. So she takes a decision at the time of speaking. So she says, we will invite lots of people. She used her will plus the base form because the decision is taken at the moment, directly. So she decides to invite lots of people. So she says, we will invite lots of people. So, if we think of will, we use will when we decide to do something at the time of speaking. The speaker has not decided before. The decision is taken at the same moment of speaking. So the party is a new idea for Helen. That's why she said we will invite lots of people. If we look at the sketch on the right, you will find that a past point and now and the future. And the future is measured, you see by the arrow, I will, from now onward. The decision is taken now. You will see now is about, the word decision is written above now, means now, the decision is taken now, and the action will be done in the future. So it is expressed by using will plus the base form. Later that day, Helen meets Dave. So she says to Dave, Sue and I have decided to have a party, and now the decision has already been taken before some time. It is not at the time of speaking. It is not at the time she is speaking to Dave. No, it is taken before some time. That's why she says, we are going to invite lots of people. She doesn't say we will invite lots of people because she has already taken the decision along with Sue a long time ago. So the decision has already been taken before. That's why she's using are going to plus the base form invite. So she says we are going to invite lots of people. She doesn't say we will invite lots of people. Here the explanation is like this. We use be, a form of be. For example, am is are plus going to plus the base form when we have already decided to do something before. Helen had already decided to invite lots of people before she spoke to Dave, when she spoke to Sue. If we look at the sketch on the right, we'll find the past point and now and the future, and the decision has been taken before now. and it is about an action to be done in the future. That's why it is written this way. So it is used in this way, using am is are plus going to plus the base form plus the base form. Compare. Okay, another example. If we say, suppose you are going out of your home and your sister asks you to buy something. You don't know that she wants to buy something. So what do you say to her? Suppose she asks you to buy her a book. You say, I will buy it. I will buy it. Or if she asks you to give the book to your friend or her friend, so you will tell her, okay, I'll give her. I'll give her. You will use will because the decision is taken at the moment of speaking. The decision is taken at the moment of speaking. On the other hand, when you go out, you have already decided to buy something. You are going to the market and you are telling your brother, I'm going to the market. He is asking you, what are you going to buy? You will say, I am going to buy some books from the bookstore or the bookshop. You have already taken the decision before and now you are going out. So the decision has been taken before. That's why you say, I am going to buy some books. Compare here. Gary phoned while you were out. One person says to another, Gary phoned while you were out. The other person says, okay. The other person doesn't have any idea, so he takes the decision at the time of speaking, or she takes the decision at the time of speaking. So he or she says, I'll call him back. The decision is taken now at the moment of speaking. That's why he or she says, I'll call him back. In the other example, Gary phoned while you were out. The speaker says, Gary phoned while you were out. The other person says, yes, I know. Yes, I know means he has taken the decision before. He has taken the decision before speaking with the other person now. So when the decision is taken before, that's why the other person says, I am going to call him back. I am going to call him back because the decision has already been taken before some time. The part of the sentence which says yes, I know indicates that the decision has already been taken before. When the decision has been taken before, then the speaker must use am is are going to plus the base form. That's why the speaker here says, I am going to call him back. In the next example, Anne is in hospital. The speaker says Anne is in hospital. The other person says, oh really, I didn't know. Oh really, I didn't know indicates that the decision must be taken now at the moment. So when the decision is taken now at the moment, so the speaker says, I'll go and visit her. I'll go and visit her. Because the decision is taken at the moment. And the third example, and Anne is in hospital. The speaker says Anne is in hospital. The other one says, yes, I know. Yes, I know means the other person has already taken the decision before, because he knew that she is in hospital before a long time. That's why the other speaker says, I am going to visit her this evening, because the decision has already been taken before some time. When you decide before some time, then you use am is are going to plus the base form. And when you decide to do the action at the time of speaking or immediate decision, you take immediate decision, then you use will plus the base form. This is to conclude this part. Part B. Future happenings and situations predicting the future. Okay. If you predict something to happen in the future, then you use will. If you predict that, if you make personal prediction, a prediction without evidence, you use will. And if you have the evidence, you use you use be plus going to plus the base form. For example, you can say, I think the weather will be nice this afternoon. If we think of this part, and of this example and the other example, I think the weather is going to be nice this afternoon, you will find there is no difference. You'll find there is no difference between the two examples. Naturally, you will say, okay, how will we decide to use will plus the base form or is going to plus the base form? Okay. Basically, we use will plus the base form when we make a prediction depending on our point of view, our opinion, without having any evidence. And if we have some evidence now at the moment of speaking, then we use is going to plus the base form. But the end result here will be the same. In both cases, in both examples here, we predict what is going to happen or what will happen in the future. That the weather will be nice this afternoon. It might happen. As well, if we say the weather is going to be nice this afternoon, this is another prediction. Even if it is with evidence, still it might not happen. It is still a prediction. So in both cases, you will find no difference in meaning. But usually we use am, is, are going to when we have a certain evidence now or a certain truth now. And we use will plus the base form to predict the future without evidence. We just give our own prediction, our own opinion or point of view, depending on no evidence or no truth. When we say something is going to happen, we think this is because of the situation now. The situation now means the evidence now. For example, look at those black clouds. Here we have black clouds. Here we have a certain kind of evidence now. When you say look, that means now. So we predict the future saying, it is going to rain. It is going to rain. We use is or be plus going to plus the base form. So we say it takes is, so it becomes it is going to rain because of the evidence we have here. We can see that it is going to rain from the clouds that are in the sky now. Another example, I feel terrible. Okay, I feel terrible. My health is not okay. So I'm feeling tired. So I think this is the evidence. So I think I am going to be sick. I am going to be sick. So here the speaker depended on an evidence now that he feels or she feels terrible. That's why he or she says, I think I am going to be sick. He or she used am is are going to plus the base form. And the base form of is becomes be, so it becomes I am going to be sick. Am is are becomes in the base form be. So it becomes I am going to be sick. So the speaker here doesn't say I think I'll be sick, because there is the evidence I feel terrible. I think I am going to be sick here because I feel terrible now. Don't use will in this type of situation. Such situations where you have evidence, it is not preferred or it is not right to use will. When you have evidence, just use am is are going to plus the base form to predict the future. In other situations, use will. For example, we have other situations here. Tom will probably get here at about 8 o'clock. This is a point of view. This is personal view, personal opinion, personal prediction without evidence. Just the person here predicts that Tom will get here at about 8 o'clock. It might not happen, so the person here gives personal prediction. So he or she uses will plus the base form. He uses will plus the base form. I think Sarah will like the present we bought for her. Here another example. I think, this is my own opinion, this is my own point of view, depending on no evidence, without any evidence, without any truth now. I just say my personal point of view, my personal opinion. I predict, so I say Sarah will like the present we brought for her. So here I use will plus the base form like. And the third example, these shoes are very well made. They will last a long time. This is again my opinion. So I say they will last for a long time. This is my own opinion, my personal opinion. So I say they will last for a long time, my personal prediction. So I use will plus the base form. That's all for this unit. Thank you.